Hi everyone. I'm going to try really hard to finish this one. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. So as you know, families, I broke up our learning opportunities into lesson plans so that whatever it is we are learning about is just being reinforced with everything that we're doing in the same amount of time. We are on our community helper lesson plan, and we are wrapping that up. It is the shortest lesson plan that we have. I just really wanted to introduce the concept of what a community helper was to the kiddos. But the last thing to that is that worksheet. I'm not a huge fan of worksheets. I did want to provide them for a couple of reasons. If some children are really interested in them and some don't want anything to do with them. 3's kiddos, don't even worry about it if they're not interested in it. 4's kiddos, I just wanted to make sure they know what a worksheet is and that it's not something totally foreign to them since they're going to see a lot of it in kindergarten. So our next lesson plan is going to be numbers and simple addition. So we've got a couple of worksheets for that. Got that one. We've got color by number. We have shapes. And we have simple addition. This is a Thanksgiving themed, but I liked the amount of each equation in there. And then we have this. Oh no, I already showed you this one. Okay. So that's the worksheets for that lesson plan. And the art, we are going to do a mosaic rainbow, which is right here. So a mosaic rainbow. Oh, here it is. It's just the piece of paper that says mosaic rainbow. And again, I'll get all of these into these. And what we're supposed to do as soon as I'm done with this video, I'll get on the tutorial side. And then the cut triangles. These are construction paper. They belong to the mosaic rainbow. So we have popcorn sheep. It could be popcorn. It could be cotton balls. Some of you have popcorn in your bag. I was unable to find the quantity of the popcorn that I needed at the time, so I did my best. Some people have it, some people don't. If you don't have popcorn at home, you can use cotton balls or anything else, raisins, anything that your child might be interested in as they're going to be counting them. And then just the printout of the sheep. This was the last one too. There's not one of these in every single person's art. There's 2, I believe, that are missing, and I don't know where those art bags went. I went through 2 things of ink. I was ready to get the art out. There were only 2 of them that are missing. So if you do not have one of these, most of you will, just Google images of preschool sheep, black and white, print one out, or they can draw it if they want to draw it. And we have spring flowers. So you're going to have a white piece of paper, just a blank white piece of paper, just like the mosaic rainbow. And then you're going to see this bag, and you'll recognize it because of the scrapbook material in there. And what I've done is, if you take it out, you can see I've drawn petals for them to cut and count, and then circles for the inside of their flower, and then there's a circle here for the sun, and they're just going to assemble all of that on their white piece of paper. So there's that, and then the last one in this lesson plan is yarn clouds. So you have a half of a plate, and then you've got 2 color yarns. Cotton balls are not needed if you have them and you want them, if you don't have them in your bag, but it was more the picking up the yarn and counting it as the kiddos are gluing it to their paper plate. Okay, this is the farthest I've made it so far. It's good. The next lesson plan we're going to work on is Friends. So we have a story How to Be a Friend. I'm going to read that and upload it to YouTube, so make sure you guys all watch it. It's a really, it's a really good book. And it's called How to Be a Friend. And then we are going to do emotion painting. So this is one of the things we're going to do for the art show, and it's a staple of what we do at Ready, Set, Grow. If you already bought a canvas, absolutely use it. And I will give a tutorial of exactly how to do that at home. Okay, that was one of the ones that I'm actually gonna videotape myself making. If you did not get a canvas, I put this really beautiful cardstock, and it's huge. It's actually bigger than a canvas would be. If you want it this big, just keep it this big. If you want it smaller, you can cut it in half. Okay, regardless, if you cut it in half or you want it this big, at some point in the future, you will be able to laminate it. So all that's needed is the paper and then 4 different colors. Hold on a second. Okay. That's it. We're going to play some games and stuff as we go along. We're going to also talk about being a friend and what that means in circle time. And then you guys also got a piece of paper that says how to be a friend. It's just white. It's cardstock too. How to be a friend. You know, you can use the tempera paint, or you can use paint or crayons or whatever you have to think about something that is an action that looks like a good friend would do that, and then have your child tell you what it is to be a good friend, and then they can draw it. So that's it for friendship. The next one we are going to do is plants. Our lesson plan is going to be plants. And we've got lots of good stuff for this. Okay, so we have watermelon counting seeds. So in your bag, one of the larger bags, the Threes kiddos, you'll see this already cut. It's in half. You'll see it already cut. In the Fours, I just traced it for you guys so that you can cut it at home, so you can practice working with your cutting muscles. And then you will be cutting the green, and you'll be able to put it in, you know, put the red over the green. And then in your bag, we have not in your bag. And you're gonna have a bag, here it is. You're gonna have a bag of mixed seeds. So the bag of mixed seeds is actually in a different art project. I just put all the beans together, okay? If you want to, for the watermelon seeds, take out the black ones and count those as you're putting them on. Or you can use the raisins, or you can use anything. It's just about counting the seeds and getting them on the watermelon. But everyone has enough black seeds to do that. Okay. So greenhouse is our next craft that we're gonna do for plants. It's just, it all comes together. This is the top. You're going to just staple it on the top, and well, I'll tell you in the tutorial, but this is my greenhouse, and it's gonna give us an opportunity to grow another plant, which I'm super excited about. Okay, and then we're gonna do how does a plant grow? So you're gonna have this in there, and then you're going to have the pieces of paper that you're going to be pasting in another bag. Let me show you that. I just had it 2 seconds ago. It's got to be so frustrating to watch me. You're like, it's right there. Here's the bag. It's going to be the same bag that's in the seeds. It's different, different stages of a seed. And the last one is going to be paint with celery, which I realize is time sensitive because it's celery. So we may jump ahead with that one. So everybody has a fish and celery, and that's what we'll be using for that. All right, so moving on. Oh no, not moving on. We have one more. It's right here. So this is Bingo Marker painting a flower. So there's a coffee filter, there's leaves that you can cut out, and then there's a stem on it. And that's it for plants. We're gonna move on to Easter. There's just 2 art projects for Easter. It's coming up. And they're super cute. So we have Duck Bunny, and the Easter projects are both together. We have Duck Bunny right here. And then this is what you need for both Duck Bunny and lacing an egg. Lacing an egg is right here. So you've got your yarn, you've got the bunny's beak, the rabbit's ears. It's all in this same little bag, okay? So that is Easter. Next page. So then we're going to do letter recognition. We have one online game that I'm going to send you for letter recognition. We have the 3 different letters that we're working on this month because we're going to make it to Z. We have P. P is for pretzel, which is in your brown bag. Q is for Q-tip, which is also in your brown bag. And then R is for raisin. So those are those 3 letters. We are going to paint Peppa Pig with pudding for the letter D. P is the letter P. And that is going to be a light green piece of paper that says paint Peppa Pig with pudding. I've included a box of instant pudding for you and your child to make together inside your brown bag. And we're also going to learn, I'm going to send you a tutorial on how the kiddos can draw Peppa Pig. And then dot to dot dog. Yes. So we have another worksheet. Which instead of having numbers, it has letters. So it's going to be dot to dot with letters. So you have that too. Okay. And as we go through these lesson plans, we're going to be talking about them during virtual circle time. Okay. Now we're going to go to primary colors. This is where I will be getting the butterflies for the kiddos, the caterpillars for the kiddos. I'm going to buy those pretty soon so we can get them and watch them every day. But the first art project we have in it is called Stained Glass Butterfly, and it's a beautiful art project. It's one of the more it took me a long time to do this. So that's just, you're going to see it folded up like this with holes in it, in a bag. And in that bag, so that's what it looks like. That's a butterfly. In that bag, you're also going to see mosaic tissue paper. Okay, just tissue paper squares of all colors. And then the kiddos are going to cut out the butterfly and paste to it. And then it'll look like stained glass. And then this is for you to hang your butterfly up with. Mix secondary colors is the next one. And the kiddos are really going to enjoy this because they love mixing colors and making new colors. So we'll be talking about the difference between, as we have been, primary colors and secondary colors. And then there's the sheet in your bag says create orange, purple, and green. Okay. Oh, you have a Fruit Loop bracelet. Fruit Loop bracelet is, right back. It's in your brown bag, okay? And it's super easy. It's just Fruit Loops with a pipe cleaner, and we did that last time too. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Lots of Fruit Loops in here. And when I handled the food, I handled it with the same level of sanitation as I did with everything else. I was very, very careful and cautious and wearing gloves, and I washed my hands, and I still used hand sanitizer with the gloves on, so everything is clean. And then the color by number butterfly was actually, I wanted to do that, I have it written down here, but I wanted to do that in recognizing our letters. But see, a lot of these projects can like kind of go one way or the other because they're coloring them by number. So, and I think that is it. That should be in your bag. Let me check really quick. I can show you about the Q-tips. You have, so last time in the bags, I had kind of a lot of, like a lot of paint and a lot of paper that were for extra. Almost everything that's in here serves a purpose, except for I did put some extra paper in where I just kind of grabbed some and put some in each bag so you guys could have some extra paper. And then each child got a little treat in their bag. I'm not going to show you what's in that child's bag because, you know, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, I wanted that one, because each one is different. But I wanted them to have something, just a little something special for them. And that is it. We made it. Hope you guys have fun with the art. See you soon. Bye.